Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're looking into something really fascinating. The modern client acquisition funnel. For ages, it felt like, separate teams just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing now, based on our sources, is it's way more joined up, like a dynamic system where one single message kind of echoes through every step.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, the old way, these silos, it's just obsolete now. Our mission here really is to show you how success, it really hinges on seeing that smooth journey, right from when someone first hears about you all the way to when they feel confident enough to buy. Honestly, the biggest, most expensive failures, they almost always come from a break somewhere in that chain. So yeah, let's get you clued in on making it all connect.
Okay, let's unpack that. I'm curious, how do you grab that first bit of attention? Because our sources suggest it's maybe less about, say, which social media platform you pick.
Well, yeah, and what's really striking is the economics of it. Get this, a really strong, resonant message. It can slash your cost per click from like $30 down to just $1, even if the cost to actually show the ad stays the same.
Wow, 30 to $1.
Exactly. That's a 30 times improvement in efficiency, purely from the message. So it's not the method, it's the message market fit. That's the absolute key. And what this means practically is you have to invest in that deep, qualitative research first, talking to people, understanding their real problems in their words. Before you even think about scaling up paid ads, that groundwork, it just multiplies the effectiveness of every dollar you spend later.
That really shifts the focus, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Away from just the tools and onto the actual substance. Okay, so you've got their attention with this great message. What about nurturing? Because the numbers we saw are, well, pretty staggering. Something like 79–80% of new leads just fizzle out.
It's huge, isn't it? And they do fizzle out without proper nurturing. That 79–80% figure is spot on. But the crucial thing here is asking what kind of nurturing. Because it's not one size fits all. It really depends on your average contract value, your ACV. So if you have low ACV, lots of leads, think automated marketing heavy stuff like Netflix may be guiding you to a free trial. It's lighter touch.
Like high volume, lower stakes per customer.
Exactly. But for high ACV deals, complex sales. You need a sales-heavy, really personalized approach. Think more like how Salesforce uses in-depth content and direct interaction. It's high touch. And then, underpinning all that, you need solid lead scoring. For B2B, that includes account-level scoring, too. That way, sales isn't wasting time, They're focused only on the leads with the absolute highest potential.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. The actual sales conversation, it's not about pressure. Our sources say it's psychology. They give this neat formula. Subjective value, clarity of outcome times confidence in outcome. But how do you, build both clarity and confidence effectively?
Precisely. Clarity comes from, well, being clear. Simple language, direct answers, showing them exactly what life looks like after they buy. No jargon. Confidence that's built through things like social proof testimonials, case studies, and just consistently showing your stuff, your expertise. And when it comes to actually helping them make that final decision, that's where Hick's Law comes in.
Hick's Law, okay.
Yeah. It basically says people freeze up when they have too many options. Analysis paralysis, right? Remember that jam study? It's famous for a reason. They offered 24 types of jam. Only 3% of people bought. But when they offered just 6 types, sales jumped to 30%.
30%, just by offering fewer jams. Okay, so less is definitely more there. But doesn't simplifying choices, sort of closing doors, as the sources put it, feel a bit restrictive to the prospect?
You'd think so, but no. It's about being a choice architect for them. Your job is to gently guide them, eliminating the options that aren't a good fit, until they see things really clearly, until there are basically only 2 paths left. Stay where they are with all the pain of the status quo, or choose your solution. That clarity actually empowers their decision. It doesn't limit it.
That makes sense. You're simplifying the decision, not forcing it. So what about when you inevitably hit resistance? Those objections that always seem to pop up.
Yeah, objections. Don't see them as failure points. Think of them more like a diagnostic tool, a report card on your process. Our sources break it down nicely. If someone objects about money, that usually signals a value problem. They're not seeing enough value for the price tag. It's not always I can't afford it.
Right. I don't see why it's worth that much.
Exactly. If the objection is about time, that points to a change problem. They might see the value, but making the switch feels like too much effort or disruption. And the classic, when they think about it, the delay, that usually means a decision problem. It means you probably haven't applied Hick's Law well enough. You haven't made the choice clear and simple. Knowing this lets you go back and fix your approach with real precision.
Wow, okay. This has been a really, really insightful deep dive. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much effort goes into chasing the next shiny platform versus just getting that core message right first. It's so clear it needs to be this integrated system. Message market fit is the engine, that tailored nurture strategy is the chassis holding it together, and then the sales process, informed by psychology, that's the steering wheel.
Absolutely. And connecting it to the bigger picture, it just hammers home that need to prioritize discovery, message refinement before you start pouring money into ads prematurely. That foundational stuff. It's the ultimate multiplier for everything else you do in marketing. So thinking about this whole journey from message right through to the close, what's the one thing that really stands out to you? What's the most powerful shift you think you could make based on this?